I took the Google AI Essentials course for you, so you don't have to spend hours or even days going through it yourself. The course has 5 modules and featured speakers from different Google teams. So for me, it felt a bit fragmented. Some concepts like prompting and hallucinations have been mentioned across different modules. So I have decided to reorganize the material and distill it into my key learnings. This walkthrough will be non-technical friendly and stress-free, so you can focus in on what really matters. Now let's dive in. No matter what subject you're trying to learn, the first important step is to understand key concepts. In AI, you've perhaps already heard those popular terms, AI itself, machine learning, generative AI, and large language models. So let's explore the relationship first. AI is the umbrella. It's already been around for decades. Within AI, there is machine learning, where computers learn patterns from data. For example, if you click on a London coffee shop review video on YouTube, YouTube will keep recommending such videos to you. That's machine learning at work. Inside machine learning, there is generative AI, AI that can generate new things like text, images, videos, audios, etc. And within generative AI, there are large language models such as ChatGPT or Gemini. Those large language models focusing specifically on understanding and generating text. AI and machine learning have existed for years, but generative AI and large language models exploded in popularity after ChatGPT was released, showing that AI can be used in everyday life. One message from Module 1 really resonated with me. It's from Vint Cerf, one of the pioneers of the internet. He said, "Not everyone needs to know how a car is built to drive it." To me, that's exactly what AI literacy means. You don't have to be an engineer. You just have to know how to use those tools effectively. So now let's move on to how large language models really work. They are trained on massive amounts of text and learn patterns in language. When you type in a prompt, it doesn't think like a human do. Instead, it predicts the next most likely word, then next, then the next, until it completes a full response. This also explains why answers can vary. For example, if I say, "I have learned so many things today and I am," the model can predict the next word to be happy, I am happy, or another time the model can predict the next word to be fulfilled. Both are reasonable because the model is choosing from multiple choices. The key difference between we as humans versus those large language models is that we humans use language to express ideas and messages. Large language models, even they appear to be really smart, they're generating language based on patterns, so they're constantly predicting which word after which, and that's it. As a result, even with the same prompt, with the same large language model, you might have different answers at different times. And also, if you're using the same prompt across different platforms, for example, Gemini versus ChatGPT, you might also get different answers. In short, the results from large language models are not always fixed. Module 3, Discover the Art of Prompting. It's literally my favorite part of the entire course. I love those really helpful tips. Prompt engineering. When you first heard of this term, if you're coming from a non-technical background like me, you might also feel a little bit overwhelmed. You are wondering whether it's technical or it's engineering. No, it's not. It's only about how to talk to AI more efficiently in natural language. It's only about how to be a better communicator. The course has provided a very helpful framework to do prompt more efficiently. The framework has 5 elements, which are task, context, references, evaluate, and iterate. So task, what do you want the AI to do and who are you? If you ask AI to help you provide teaching materials on the solar system, for example, telling AI that you're a college professor versus telling AI that you're a kindergarten teacher, the result will be hugely different. So you have to give a task and specify who you are, what your role is. Context. Give background information. Think of it like meeting a new friend. You need to explain your situation so they understand you better. References. Provide examples or templates. If you want large language models to emulate your tone when you're replying to an email, give them an old email you wrote in the past to the same person so they know, oh, this person is your boss. That way you can show enough respect in that email and so on. Evaluate. Human judgment is crucial. Always review and refine the output based on your own judgment. This is actually a key message of the entire course. It's mentioned multiple times in different places. Personally, I think it's more intuitive to think of this way. Even that you have a couple of smart friends who can provide really valuable input to your work, you are always a person who are taking full responsibility. You are always a person who are going to make the final decision. It's the same when you're collaborating with AI. Don't rely on AI blindly. Always have your own judgment. Iterate. Be patient, my friends. Don't chase perfectionism in the process. Think of it this way. It's not like searching Google, where you search once and see the result is useful. In most cases, it won't be finished in one message or one conversation. It often takes many rounds to get a great result, especially with complicated tasks. So be patient, ask AI to improve, and work with it step by step. Don't expect a perfect answer in one go. The course also covers other strategies. For example, few short prompting. In AI, short refers to an example given in the prompt. Zero short means no examples. One short means one example. Few short means a few examples. Providing examples really helps the AI stay more consistent. Another strategy is chain of thought prompting. This means breaking a big assignment into smaller steps, or asking the AI to explain its reasoning step by step. Thinking in steps almost always improves the outcome. And last but not least, remember, AI cannot read your mind. If you want a specific kind of output, you need to be explicit. For example, if you want the response in a friendly tone, tell the AI to do so. If you want the final result in simple language, tell the AI to do that as well. At the end of the day, prompt engineering isn't technical. It's about clear communication. Think of it like delegating at work. Make sure that you tell your colleague, which in this case is AI, the background information, why you're doing so, and give AI examples and useful materials, and making sure you communicate the expectation. So once you know how to talk to an AI, the next question is, what can you really use AI for? What kind of assignments are large language models really good at? The course has provided some use cases for you to get inspired. Content creation, drafting blogs, emails, or scripts. Summarization, turning long reports into key points. Classification, organizing information into categories. Extraction, pulling specific details from text like deadlines or names. Translation, converting text between languages. Editing, improving grammar, tone, or clarity. Problem solving, brainstorming ideas or generating approaches to a challenge. In general, if a task involves dealing with language, then try to think of a way that large language models can participate and support you. I think it's really powerful to think of yourself as a CEO than AI as your personal assistant. In the past, we ordinary people didn't really have the luxury of having that level of support a CEO has. But now with access to AI can actually be a personal assistant to help you save time. For example, AI can help you prepare briefings, can help you summarize long articles, can help you highlight information that are important. You work more efficiently. You free up your time to make truly important decisions. And this experience is something really nice to have. AI is powerful, but it also has limitations. Throughout the course, the limitations were mentioned again and again, and the message is pretty clear. We should use AI responsibly. Here are some of the key limitations. First, bias. AI is trained on human data, and language reflects society, including its biases. For example, some certain professions can be unfairly associated with one gender, and that bias can show up in AI output. Second, knowledge cutoff. AI only knows data up to a certain point in time. It doesn't automatically know the latest events or updates. So if you're doing research, always double check that you have the most current information. Third, hallucinations. AI can sometimes generate answers that sound really confident but are not factual correct. This is risky when accuracy matters. But hallucinations aren't always bad. In creative tasks, for example, imagine a castle floating in the sky. Hallucinations can actually be quite helpful. Because of those limitations, The key principle is to always have a human in the loop. AI is powerful, but having human oversight ensures accuracy and judgment. And finally, please do remember to protect your personal information. Avoid sending sensitive and personal information like your phone number, your address, your password to an AI. For example, you asked AI to write an email without personal information. You can always add those personal information later. That way, you get the full benefit of AI without risking your privacy. So those are the key learnings from the Google AI Essentials course. We started with the big concepts, then moved into how large language models actually work. We looked at useful strategies for writing effective prompts, explored the kind of tasks that AI is especially good at, and finally, we talked about its limitations and how to use it responsibly. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe and leave in the comments below which learning of the course that you like the most. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.